Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to attempt to do 3 layouts in my 6x8 story album. What I am realizing, and just let me know in the comments down below if you like seeing these simpler approaches to story keeping. I am definitely have found a groove in the 6x8 size. I've also found a groove with pairing usually one large photo and then using a pocket page on the other side. The flow has become quite easy. And what I'm finding is, and this is where I need your input, if you still like to see these processes, by all means, let me know in the comments that even if it's simple, you would like to see them come together. Or I can start just doing these layouts, as I see fit, because sometimes filming can be a little bit more work than me just kind of doing it on a whim if I have a moment to spare. And then I can just show finished product pictures of the layouts on Instagram. So let me know if you appreciate still seeing a simple process video with these in that remark, because of that formula is kind of repetitive. It just uses different product from Ali Edwards. Or if you just prefer to see maybe I'll do a flip through of everything I accomplish at the end of the month. And just seeing like a product photo on Instagram is choice B. So just let me know down below. So into these stories, one is going to be a double page spread. I'll leave it linked below on how I accomplish this using just an app on my phone and printing 2 8x10 photos. It is fairly easy. And then this journaling card was from a story by the month. I want to say it was October or November. I forgot which one it was. In essence, we'll be cutting these out and I'll be having 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 on the bottom over here. And then I have these little vellum flowers with gold that I might embellish each one of them. So that is one story. Second story is going to be using the evening kit with this cute photo of Bubbles. And we're going to have a journaling side on this side. And then this one, it's going to be the whole story kit, in which I'm using this photo and then these pieces come together. The whole story kit, this one I find hard to use. I don't know why, but I am getting inspiration from the Craft the Story group on Facebook. If you're not a part of it, I'll try to leave that down below too. Tons of ladies over there doing tons of inspiration. And so I always just screenshot ones that I find inspiration from and keep it in mind. And actually, so I'm actually breaking into 2 new kits. The whole story kit, I do not think I've used it once yet, so this will be the first time. And the evening story kit too. I find it hard to use the kit. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because of the story prompts or something. But if you have any influencers that have used the evening story kit, let me know. And then this one is just going to be like 6 things about, Valentina and Maui together. They're so funny. And it was just a good photo that I took of them. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's get started on these 3 6x8 layouts that I am going to put in our family story album. Actually, one of them will be for like my personal one. I decided to kind of just have a few separate stories where I elaborate a little bit more just on how I feel about something or things that have happened, and in my perspective, and things that are always about family or Valentina will always just stay in my family album. So with this one, I did show on a video earlier, and I'll try to remember to leave it linked down below, on how I got the two 8x10 photos to go over 2 prints. That way, if you didn't have like a large format printer like I don't, or I mean I do now, but if you don't, you can easily send these prints to Walgreens or send them to Persnickety Print, and that way you can get this fantastic large photo look by doing it. So it's truly just taking a horizontal photo in an app that I use as Moldiv, and I just make it into a portrait mode, and I put the photo in and save it with, say just the left side, and then I scooch the photo all the way over because it will cut it off in portrait mode, and then I have the side on the right, and then I just print them on 8x10 photo paper, and that makes that look complete. So cutting this little card out definitely is such a nice remark, and I love that they're kind of like this beigey color. And initially I do put them on fun foam, but as I put it in my album after I took photos, it was way too bulky. Like, I'm trying to keep the bulk down, and I had to take the fun foam off of all of them, so they are laying flat, but I did still leave all of the vellum florals. That added a nice little sparkle to these pages. And these loving squares, I just did like kind of like a currently page, something that Miguel is loving, what the dogs are loving, Valentina and me. And so that way it's just kind of like a moment in the month of what we were currently doing. And I kind of like that idea. Almost too, I think that's why having like a currently stamp is so beneficial, because you can use it over and over, because you know the books we read are changing, the snacks we're into change, you know, things that we're like loving, you know, for a few days or so, change throughout the course of us as we live our lives. So it's a good reminder that I can always do a currently page every now and again. So with the evening story kit, I have not used this story kit, y'all, not at all. And so that, and I don't even know why. I think also it's the same reason why I haven't used the whole. Certain color palettes I'm just drawn to. And when the evening story kit, it's definitely like a navy and a gray, and these are just a little bit darker, you know, neutral tone colors. I just don't gravitate towards them, and it's fine. It's hard to find pictures that will also go with it. So I'm also taking the class, for instance, what I'm doing here, that Plan, Love, Play with Linda Jordan on Allie Edwards' team. And she had a moment where she was saying about using our stash and everything else. And one of her lessons was definitely like, if you have a sticker sheet or some sort of embellishment, like use the entire pack. So that's what I'm doing with these wood veneers that probably say good evening in different languages. I am not sure what languages they are other than the Spanish one, and English. I'm sure maybe it's like French, and I don't even know what the other ones are, but I'm sorry I don't know the languages. But in essence, I knew I was never going to use the other ones in any sort of fashion on other layouts. So this is me just kind of having a whole like good night story card. So I use every single wood veneer that says good evening on it for this. And actually, you know, the end result is quite lovely. I'm not gonna lie. And here I am. This is considered table confetti from the Dollar Tree. It's just gold stars in about 3 different sizes. And I'm just taking some Scotch quick dry glue and adhering it around my photo and on the journaling cards as well. And because this card is so dimensional now, I have a feeling that once I complete the opposite side of the pocket page with the layout in the future, I will actually probably adhere this one on the outside of the page protector, because I like that dimension the wood veneer gives. So I do take the time to do journaling on the computer, so it's on either copy paper or clear sticker paper, and I always measure the side I'm working with. And I talk about the one says evening routines and what that looks like for Valentina right now at age 5. And then the other one says currently, and I answer all of those once again for her perspective. So just things that she was like listening, honestly listening. My girl has found Beyonce, girls. She's found Beyonce. She loves the Beyonce. We play Beyonce music. So that one's a fun one. And like watching right now, she loves like the Avatar movie. Have you seen the movie with the big tall blue aliens? She loves it. We did take her to see the new one. I mean, we pretty much watch that movie once a week at least. So it's just things like that. So then here's another fun photo. This photo was recently taken at the park. You know me, you know, us scrapbookers. I probably take a good, on the low side of photos, probably maybe 20 in a day. On the high side, when I have my selfie stick or we're actually doing something, man, I can have 50 or more a day. My camera on my phone reads like 86,000 photos. Now, I do have cloud space, so that's not sitting on my phone, but I take a lot of photos. And this one was one of my favorite of a, you know, selfie series. And so this one's the one that's going in my personal album. And I'm using the whole story kit. So that was the other one I was telling you that has a like a green neutral story color palette that I find hard to use. So putting this little felt heart was difficult. I swear I needed a tutorial. And then this one's a complete scrap lift from someone in the Craft the Story Facebook group. And I think she geared it towards her and her husband, and I'm making it just for me and my daughter, on how much I love just being a mom. So this is going to be like the opening story to that personal story album I'm going to make on just things about me. And so this is just a story of motherhood and how I simply adore my kid to the moon and back, as us moms always adore our kids, right? Okay, that will wrap up these 3 stories. So I finished this one, and the star glitters definitely add to the page. Love, love, love. So everything about the evening routine, and then things that she is currently loving. This one's also very simple. That little heart embellishment needed a tutorial to put together, I swear. So this was completely a scrap lift, but I did add this little embellishment there, and I do need to figure out a way to add like a little tab so that everyone knows that journaling is in there. And I thought about making it a flat, but because the lip goes over, it was hard. So we'll just leave it as the world and then having that pattern behind it too. So this one was, like I said, a scrap lift. And then this one is just darling. And I love that one is there too. So yeah, okay. So like I said, these are fairly simple. Please let me know in the comments if you still enjoy watching the process of some of these coming together. I will continue to do them then. Or if you just prefer to see the finished product on my Instagram account, that would be very helpful information for me as far as content to film for you. I appreciate everyone joining me. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Bye!